Hi guys, it's Catherine. There's a dog in here. His name is Bennett, and apparently he doesn't like the intro to my video. He's barked every time I've tried to film this, so we're dealing with it. It's gonna happen. He's too cute to kick out of here. So this is a My Kinda Recaps video, and I'll be talking about episodes 18, 19, and 20 of All for One over on KindaTV. Now, if you didn't know already, episodes 18, 19, and 20 are the last 3 episodes before the big live event that's taking place on April 30th. So I'm super excited about this live event because it's going to be like being a real life inseparable. And even though this means that we have to wait like 2 whole weeks, guys, because all of next week there won't be no episodes, and then the week of the live event will be the only like episode airing. So that'll be on a Saturday, which means that my Kinda Recaps video will go up later that week. We'll talk about it in a sec. But let's get down to the recaps for episodes 18, 19, and 20. Episode 18, Midnight, shows us Ariana post-breakup with super cool faux hawk hair, but it turns out that she's making some kind of not great decisions. Like, Miller and Dorothy and Ariana are all using her hacking skills to mess around with Rick. They've leaked some information about him to his opponents for the next election. They've put spyware in some of the, like, union stuff. They've kind of been messing around, screwing with the calendar, canceling events. But it turns out that Ariana has been doing some other, like, more intense stuff and wants to do more, like, intensive hacking that is kind of making Dorothy worried. While they're all hanging out, Miller suggests they go play basketball. They leave. When they come back, it's just Dorothy. She comes back alone, and she says it's kind of exhausting hanging out with them because their energy is so, like, up all the time, and, like, not, like, crazy evil energy, but, like, she just can't handle, like, school and vigilanteing and all of this stuff. And then Connie comes in and says maybe Ariana just isn't okay. Maybe she's just saying she's fine. She, like, hints at it, and Connie even looks pretty stressed out. Dorothy asks if she's okay, and she just says she feels kind of pulled between worlds. So I feel like something's up with her and Monty. I don't think it would be as big an issue if it was just like her and her family. And we do know that she's in a long distance relationship, and that she knows Dorothy has feelings for her. And a lot earlier in the season, we saw the two of them have the kiss, but Connie said like they couldn't go further, but she still wanted Dorothy in her life. I feel like there's some stuff. I feel like things could come to a head in the live event, just saying. So Miller and Ariana don't come back together. Ariana comes back before him, and Dorothy's like, they should probably take a break from all of this intensive stuff. She doesn't want Ariana to get kicked out of MST, and she thinks that this is really just her reacting to losing Portia. And Ariana's like, no, that's wrong, you're wrong, I'm just not being held back anymore. And then she gives Dorothy a flash drive that she says has stuff about Miller on it. And that's the end of the episode. Dorothy has this flash drive, she's going to check it out. So in episode 19, it hits the fan. We see Dorothy right after she finished looking at the flash drive, and she says she should have listened to Alex. She knew it was weird that Miller knew so much stuff about Rick, but she didn't know what to do. Like, she just didn't think about it. And when Miller comes back, he's confused because Dorothy's so upset. And Dorothy's like, I saw all this stuff. Tell me what's going on. And he gets kind of smarmy. Like, he's like, what? Yeah. And then he, like, reveals that he works for Rick. And he wants to know, like, what she knows about what he's been doing. And she mentions he sabotaged a girl during finals week. The dog is moving. Oh, he's going to make his bed. Sorry. He's a little distracting, but he's really cute. He's totally not going to come in camera. You're probably just going to see his tail. Anyway, Dorothy reveals that he sabotaged a girl during finals week, that he did something with the professor's wife because Rick didn't like the professor, that he messed with one of Rick's opponents, and it sounds like he did this meth thing that they did with Rick before, so Rick was prepared for the meth drop that happened. Miller says that he's still the same guy, he just gets paid to do something he's really good at, and Dorothy's like, well, Rick has all this stuff about you in this flash drive, about like crimes you committed when you were Anton. And she gets really upset and says like she is gonna reveal all of this. But he, like, this whole time is saying like he loves her, he's doing all of this because he loves her and doesn't want her to lose MST, because Rick proposed to Ann and she shot him down, and now he wants MST like completely destroyed. And he doesn't want that because he knows how much Dorothy cares about the sorority and how much she wants to be a part of it. And so she kicks him out. Like, she gets him to leave, but she's super upset after the fact. Connie comes in and tries to comfort her, and the end of the scene is really sweet. It's Connie like giving Dorothy a hug, and then she turns off the camera so the Inseparables don't see everything that's going on. We then go back to in the start of episode 20, which is Last Dance with Miller Winters. The dog thinks I'm playing with him. She says she misses Miller even though she knows he's a bad guy. And she doesn't really have anyone to hang out with. Like, she feels alone because Connie's gone for Thanksgiving. And then none of the girls want to talk to her. So she's just really upset. And she goes off to write a paper. While she's gone, Miller breaks into her apartment. Like, he's in her apartment on her computer. And it turns out he wanted to delete all the files on him and make sure she didn't have any backups. And then he offers to make her president. Like, give her the union so she can take over and change Dumas. And she's like, what? Do you not even care about good or bad? You just want to do things? And he insults her by saying, like, she doesn't want to be with someone who challenges her. She just wants to be with Connie. But, like, insultingly calls Connie, like, a girl from the suburbs who's afraid of her own shadow. And Dorothy hits him. Like, she slaps him. She doesn't, like, punch him. She should have punched him. But she slaps him and then goes on, like, she just wants him to leave. And then he says that she should apologize to Anne now because anything that happens at this point is her fault. Which is totally blaming her for him making bad decisions. Like, he's gonna do something shady, and he's making it sound like it's her fault. Dorothy tells the Inseparables, like, she's gonna make a plan, they have to do something, but she needs backup. So she's definitely getting Ariana, Portia, and Alex back somehow, even though everyone's mad at each other. They're gonna have to work it out because they need to take down Rick and Miller. Primarily Miller at this point, because it sounds like he's the muscle, and without him, like, Rick really couldn't stay in charge. I don't know. It's pretty intense. This live event, I think, is going to be crazy awesome. Because there is a hiatus next week, I'm still going to do a My Kinda Recaps video, but I'm going to try and do a condensed recap of the entire season, which is going to take some practice, and I'm hoping I can do it. Fingers crossed. We're going to try. If it's awful, and I'll just post something goofy. But I'm really going to try and do a full recap next week on Saturday. Now, the week of the live event, April 30th, is a Saturday, and I normally post these videos Saturday pretty early, like right after midnight, Friday night. But because the live event is Saturday, I'm assuming during the day, maybe at 5:30, I don't know. I don't remember seeing a time. I'm going to film a reaction video at some point that night, and it will go up on Sunday. So this will be the only time of My Kinda Recaps goes up on Sunday. As of right now, I don't know with other shows for the stuff that I'm going to do on My Kinda Recaps if the day I'll have to change or not. But for that week, the week of the 30th, I'll film it the night of the 30th, and it'll either go up on the 30th or go up on I can't ever remember how many days there are in April. It'll either go up on April 30th or May 1st. One or the other. I'll figure it out. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you liked the random dog appearance, I hope he wasn't too distracting. He really wanted to hang out down here and no one else is home, and I felt bad leaving him alone. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of My Kinda Recaps, all the other stuff I do over here. You can find me on Twitter at ClefNotes, on my blog, clefnotes.wordpress.com. I write for the Nerdy Girl Express, which is thenerdygirlexpress.com. I run their Snapchat, the Nerdy Girl EXP, and I post iZombie related recipes over on the iZombie support group site, which is iZombieSupportGroup.com. Bye guys!